The goop.
Yeah, he cute.
He
He
a little goop
cute.
man.
Where can people find a goop of their own if they want one?
Yeah, that's actually really funny. Hold on. I am looking at the Instagram very quickly. Rick. Where'd Rick go? Mr. Kitagawa.
I just saw you put in the live chat.
Do a little debrief.
That's nice.
No,
Hey,
the quick story for my little goopy man is my buddy is an artist. And there was a guy, he's a horror themed artist, so he does these goth night events. So last night we went to one of them, and it is just a goth themed like night market concert, kind of like little vibe altogether. But yeah, so Rick has been toying around with toys more, like instead of just like regular artwork. So he just had a little section of goops, and I was like, "That's cute. I want a goop." So
I think goops are way cooler than Labubu's.
That is fair.
I would want goops.
I also got some little. He did like a series of
that's cool.
like cards, like his undead army. So it's like it's the same thing but like different.
Oh shit, that's awesome.
Kind of. So I'm gonna do something with these.
You should get them framed in like.
I was gonna say like I'm gonna do like a kind of like full frame. But I was like, I hope I get red ones, and because I did mystery packs, and the first 2 packs I open, I get 2 red ones. So
that's appropriate.
This is my favorite. But it's just fucking.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
But yeah, my buddy Rick, he's the man.
I never see a red frame in a movie without thinking of you,
dude. 100%. Did I put that in there? That's Rick's Instagram.
Oh wait. Okay, go check it out. I have one of Rick's pieces too. It sits on my desk.
I got Daddy Goop. This one's cool. I like this one. I do like a lot. But then I was like, you've been doing Goop.
I love them. I love them. What's up, everybody? Of course, it is no Merri Hour unless we start with the Mike K Super Chat. Happy Saturday, everyone. Won't be able to watch live today, but still wanted to throw some support for 2 of my favorite people in this space. Last night, I took my mom and my aunt to see The Long Walk, which was incredible. What a family viewing you had.
Yeah, I was gonna say, holy shit, that's a uplifting little.
Yeah. I want my folks to see The Long Walk. I think they would like it.
I don't know if mine would.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I feel like it's not your parents' vibe, from what I know, at least.
I don't think so.
I quite like it. I'm excited.
I'm just blue skying I'm socialing what we're doing.
I'm saying hello. It is candy corn season, and I'm so excited about it. I can't wait to go buy some candy corn and just leave it out.
Maybe controversial. I don't get super stoked about candy corn.
No, it's the opposite. Me liking candy corn is the controversial opinion because everyone else is like, it's wax. I'm like, it's not wax. It's literal like corns of sugar. What is there not to like?
I like candy corn, but I don't get super excited. Like I'll have it if it is out and someone else has bought it, but I'm fine with candy corn.
Okay. So Matt, Vincent's on one end of the spectrum, I'm on the other, and you're somewhere in the middle. Mental me is team candy corn. Thank you for joining me. You also know my other candy corn obsession.
What?
My candy corn candles.
See, like that I'd be fine with. I'm sweet forward, so like the smell of it, like I am it's s'mores candle. Like I used to have the s'mores candle that was like amazing. So like anything super pungent like that, but in the sweets realm, I'm fine with for like autumn or like apple pie, like an apple pie.
A graham cracker candle is also great.
I think it's so like cinnamony, like more like is that? Yeah.
It's like
no,
like
I'm fine with
it's like cinnamon, sometimes cinnamony, like I guess flavors and smells like. They almost like burn a little, if you know what I mean. But the graham cracker one is that, but sweeter. If that makes sense.
I would do that then. I've never I've never wafted a graham cracker candle.
Now you will. I'll buy you a graham cracker candle at some point.
I mean, listen, I'll take it. I'm still burning the
heretic. The blueberry pie. I have one over the course of that movie's release and award season, because remember, Hugh Grant got a little love for that movie.
Right, yeah.
I must have received 5 blueberry pie candles, and I am not complaining. I love them.
I didn't expect to like it because like blueberry for me, like when it's a flavor is like synthetic to like it's not always I don't know, it's one of those like replicated flavors that doesn't always work. So when I got the candle, I thought the candle might be of
Yeah,
the same, but the candle's really good. The
it's a
candle
good
actually
candle.
does it gets the
I
pie
like
stuff
that.
down.
I like the candle quite a bit. Have you gotten any other cool mailers lately? Something that you've actually kept or enjoyed?
Man, like I'm trying to think. Like I know I got a few mailers recently, but like nothing that stuck out. I'm trying to think. I just got something. But obviously if I can't remember it, it's not that memorable. So like no.
I'm, a-
So I'm gonna go with no.
I'm about to share a shitty story too. I was gifted a pin at TIFF
Hmm.
for someone's next movie, and I want to show it, but I'm afraid I wasn't meant to show it.
Yeah, don't do it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do it,
Yeah,
but I'm
be safe.
excited
Be
about it.
safe on that.
Yeah, but that was
Is it
fun.
like unannounced?
Ish. There's parts of it that aren't announced. I think people are aware that it's happening to some extent, though.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Judy Greer has been on Ladies Night before. She was one of my earlier episodes. I'll just find this and drop it in because I can. Judy Greer was on Collider Ladies Night. We did talk a lot about Halloween, but it wasn't for that. Oh, it was the thing about Pam. That's what it was. God, this was so long ago. I can't find the date here either. Hold on. It's going to make a noise. Sorry, everybody.
Goddamn noise.
Stop it. Stop it, Ad. April 1st, 2022. Has been a while. My, how time flies. If you want to watch the Judy Greer Ladies Night, I just dropped it in the chat. So yeah, I'll bump this because what we're gonna do today is we're gonna do because I just got back from TIFF. I'll do a little TIFF recap, tell you about some of the cool stuff I saw and did. We're gonna do a FantasticFest preview because both of us fly to Austin for FantasticFest on Thursday, and then we'll end the show because people might not have seen the movie yet with that long walk spoiler review. So just stay tuned for the end if you want to see the title topic. All right. Did I have fun at TIFF? Did Toronto treat you well? I had fun. I'll be honest, it was hard work. It was hard work. I was stressed most of the time I was there, but it was good stress because I was doing the things that I enjoy and I care about. And I was stressed because I wanted to do a good job and wanted to do a good job for all of you. And I wanted to do a good job for the people that were there celebrating films that they worked real hard on. What did I see that I could tell you about? What are you most curious about, Matt? I'll start there.
I mean, is TIFF over? Like, do you leave early or is TIFF still going?
I leave early. So TIFF goes on for a while. Technically, it runs through the end of this weekend, but we usually go for weekend one and then stay for a few extra days after our studio closes.
Okay. I mean, I've been trying to track everything that's kind of been hitting. Like, what is your favorite? I mean, that's easy. Like,
it's actually not. So it's not an easy question to answer because I've been wavering. I think I'm coming close to confirming that Caroline is my favorite movie.
I saw that. I saw your reaction to that, so I figured that was going to be up there.
Like, I went in already with that movie being one of my most anticipated of the festival. A lot of you know how much both of us love Dinner in America. I think Adam Raymar is just like one of like the nicest dudes, a great eye behind the lens. He's got a really good sense of style. And I think he tells really like unique stories, and they're all so like textured and soulful, if that makes sense. Like thinking about Dinner in America in particular, like he swings so big, but a big part of the reason why the big works so well is because everything feels so grounded in who those main characters are and the relationship that they share together. And this one isn't wild in the same sense. It's more of a, you know, it's like a Bonnie and Clyde style movie with Samara Weaving and Kyle Gallner. She is a small town girl working at a gas station, and he comes into her shop and kind of catches her eye. And you know, she wants to get out of town and have a bigger life, and she sees this con man doing things that, you know, eventually give her the ability to do that. And it's about the two of them upping their game in the crime world. And like the crime and those types of set pieces are really exhilarating, and they're fun to watch. It is sheer entertainment. But I really do think part of the reason why the movie stuck with me so much is because the two of them are so good together, and because like Adam and the screenwriter, his name is escaping me, I'll look it up in a quick second, but I thought they did such a brilliant job of making sure the priority in the movie wasn't the crime, but their relationship. And the movie focused more on what the crime that they were doing said about who they were as individuals and where their relationship could go. It just felt like a really weighty thrill. And I liked that quite a bit. So that was up there for me. The one of the ones that I was debating putting in that top spot was the movie Tuner, which kind of just caught me by surprise, was not on my radar whatsoever. And then it just, you know, it happened to land in my lap kind of thing. And I thought it was so well done. Funny, it's kind of similar to Caroline in the fact that it is also a crime movie. This one stars Leo Woodall as a piano tuner whose mentor is Dustin Hoffman's character.
Okay.
So they're working together, and eventually he's got man, I forget what the actual what the appropriate terminology for this is, but it's like some sort of acute hearing where he has to, let me just look up the right thing before I actually say something that doesn't describe it as well as I could. Literally what I just said. The description says having acutely sensitive hearing is both a blessing and a curse for Nicky, his character in the movie. So he's doing his piano tuning work and comes to realize that ability also makes him a really skilled safe cracker. So he is then looped into this, you know, like criminal organization where they break into the safes of rich people and they take like just a little something because they're not going to notice. And it winds up being a much bigger story. But I thought that was such a clever way to tell a crime tale. I thought that one was fantastic. Another movie about crime that I loved was Wake Up Dead Man, the new Knives Out movie.
Yeah.
I thought that movie is also like a major contender for the top spot. I really want to see that one again. There's no reason for me to ever doubt Rian Johnson at this point in terms of, you know, making sure all the dots connect in one of his mysteries, because he did it in the first two Knives Out movies. Why would I think this one would be any different? But I am eager to see it a second time. First time around, though, played extremely well for me. And it's got one of my absolute favorite qualities for an ongoing film franchise to have, where, like, obviously, yes, they are all connected by Daniel Craig's Benoit Blanc. I know they exist in the same world, but each one has its own unique definition and its own point it's trying to make with the mystery unfolding, but then also with what the mystery is saying about the characters involved. And I actually am starting to think that Wake Up Dead Man might be even stronger in that particular category than in the previous two films. I'm obviously not going to reveal any spoilers, but when it is revealed in this movie what was really going on, like the truth of the situation says something so important about every single member of the main ensemble, and it makes it a really satisfying ending.
Yeah, I mean, that was obviously, I was monitoring reactions to that one and just hearing everyone say it's their their favorite so far. I like lots of people saying that were,
yeah,
you know,
I can understand that.
And again, like it's leaning towards more genre versus, you know, the other stuff. And I'll admit, like I wasn't super high on Glass Onion. I know other people did enjoy it more than I did. So like I was hoping for a little bit of a bounce back because I do very much enjoy Knives Out. So that was, I'm still, I'm still fingers crossed that we get that as a secret screening at Fantastic Fest. So we'll.
What I would give to have the
I'm hoping.
inside scoop on that. I wish. I wish.
Did you hit up Frankenstein?
I did. I did.
Yeah.
I didn't love Frankenstein.
Mhm.
I didn't love it. There were parts of it I really like, and I think one thing that literally every Guillermo del Toro movie has had going for it with me, and every movie for, the rest of time will, is that every single thing he makes, I do think the passion he puts into his movies is truly palpable. And that's, it's not really a cop out for me to say something positive about a movie that didn't quite work for me. I do think sometimes your taste and someone else's intentions just don't align, but I feel that here. I feel the love and the attention to detail that went into it. I did find one of the biggest things is I found the pacing a little off. It plays very, very slow for me at the beginning. There were some like time leaps also where I think I needed to see the in-between to believe that a character would wind up being like he is here, like later on in the story. So a few things didn't really sit right in that respect for me. Admittedly, there were a couple of crafts things that didn't quite align. This isn't a spoiler. I won't give details, but the very beginning of the movie, I do think the set piece that we're seeing is beautiful, but there was some sort of quality of it that like screamed to me soundstage. And that I think that really held me back from being enveloped in the movie as quick as I would have liked. I'm gonna say this really cryptically. There's one particular stunt in the movie where the choreography of it didn't work, and it's a major moment of the movie. And when this is a hard thing to explain without revealing the details, but it's like
spoilers,
when stunt choreography doesn't click into place with the edit like it needs to, all of a sudden like a major event loses all of its feel.
Yeah.
So eventually I'll tell you what that moment is. I did think Jacob Elordi was great. I didn't love the design of Frankenstein. So, something about that, and also how the design evolves along the way didn't really work for me. I thought Mia Goth had a couple of really standout moments, but I think that character suffers from what I was saying before about kind of going missing for a period of time. And then a particular punch that she is meant to pack at the end didn't hit me as hard as I would have liked. Yeah, that's kind of the general of where I landed. I didn't love it. I didn't love it. I'm glad he got to make it, and I've heard the exact opposite from a lot of people. Like Christy loves it. Christy loves it. It just it didn't work for me.
It doesn't have to, obviously.
These two did quite a bit though.
Yeah.
I loved Smashing Machine. I really love that documentary style of filmmaking for that. It really brought me super close to Dwayne Johnson's character, obviously, in his performance. I felt like I was right in the thick of it with him every single step of the way. I thought he was pretty damn exceptional in the movie. He's great. And Emily Blunt is great opposite him too. I'm not going as far to say like The Rock is getting an Oscar nomination just because there are too many other things in play. And, the truth of the matter is, in addition to the quality of a movie, there's a million other things that go into predicting if or if not someone will get nominated. And then there's just too many other question marks in that conversation right now. But I did think he was really good. I thought the movie was really good. I didn't find this at all. I had the opposite experience. There's something about the way that this story is structured that I'm trying to figure out the right way to describe it. It's a little hard to. Like, there's something about it that didn't flow super like naturally. You know what I mean? Like the traditional Hollywood film, but that almost made it feel realer.
No, it's
it made it feel more true to life.
No, that's fair because like I felt like the Iron Claw was superficial. So like that's immediate comparison point for me is going to be the Iron Claw and the way it plays out, and like that's what I'm afraid the Smashing Machine will be as well.
This worked a lot better for me than I liked Iron Claw, but I didn't love Iron Claw, but this worked better for me than Iron Claw did.
I ended up not liking Iron Claw, so I'm curious to see how Smashing Machine plays for me.
Yeah, and the other one Steve had brought up was Roofman, which is the Channing Tatum movie.
Yeah, I want to see that. Yeah,
dude, I had the biggest grin on my face. Like he's doing bad things, but he is essentially, and it's based on a true story. He is essentially a big kid living in a Toys R Us, and as someone who is very much a Toys R Us kid, I don't know, like I couldn't help but be tickled by that idea. But then on top of that, because what he's doing is wrong, the movie does wind up having a good deal of weight by the end when he has to, reckon with the fact that, like his choices fuck everything up. They fuck everything up. I also thought Channing Tatum was excellent. Like that to me, him in that role is a prime example of perfect casting. I thought Kirsten Dunst was excellent opposite him. She and I wish I had their names on hand. The two young actresses who play her daughters in the movie, the four of them have such good chemistry together, and it is just so vital to get the audience to care about the thing that he's fighting for and trying to like make things work for, but also never letting you forget like who he's hurting and what he's putting at risk by doing what he's doing. I thought that movie was really great. Another thing to emphasize how great this movie was, I am a dope and I went to the wrong theater, and this was the one day it didn't just rain, but it poured in Toronto. I mean ran for 30 minutes in the pouring rain, made the movie just in time, and I sat through a 2-hour movie soaking wet. I should have been miserable. I was not. And I think that speaks to the fact that Roofman is very good.
Hell yeah. No, I like it for this reason too. I was such a big Sion Franz fan after Place Beyond the Pines, and after that didn't really pan out this with the same acclaim, let's say. So I just want good things for him, Derek, too. Yeah. Like legitimately.
This is very, very different. I think he.
Oh yeah, 100%.
I think he knew exactly where to land with the tone, though.
Good. I like that.
Is there anything else big that I'm forgetting that I might have seen? I didn't see very many movies on the ground because, like everybody knows, I've said this before. What we wind up doing is our focus is on the interviews, and we pre-screen. Oh, I did see this actually. I liked this quite a bit.
Once again, yeah, we're hearing good things.
She is an incredible actress.
Awesome.
There's a couple moments in the movie where it kind like this is also based on a true story, and sometimes I struggle when I know it, like the events are real, it happened. There's certain things about the way the movie is written and constructed that feel a little too familiar, where I was able to, again, true story, but hopefully you know what I mean by making this point, that I kind of knew what was going to happen next. But it's like, it is still an incredible true story that I think people should be aware of. It's like a riveting situation to be pulled into. And then there's so many moments in the movie where you could just see that her skill set as an actor is elevating every single aspect of the movie. I was a little shocked by how well this movie conjured tears towards the end. I got very, 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 very emotional. And speaking of emotion,
Hamnet.
Yeah, I saw Hamnet. Holy shit. This movie is a lot. It's a good version of a lot. It is a very, very, very heavy watch. Jessie Buckley is like friggin' staggeringly good in this. It would be a real shame if she didn't at the very least get this Oscar nomination. She's something else. I thought Paul Mescal was good, but for me, the ones that ran away with the movie were her and also Jacoby Jupe, who plays who plays Hamnet, the son. I just don't understand, Matt, how kids can do that. I was in awe of his work in the movie.
That's great.
So good. Trying to think. I saw Glass Onion. I saw Glass Onion. I saw Wake Up Dead Man. I
Yeah.
saw Frankenstein. I saw Nouvelle Vague, which I also I like that a lot. I was a little worried that I wasn't going to like that because a few people did say to me, you know, like if you're into like Breathless and Jean-Luc Godard, like this is so going to be for you. And like I've seen a good amount of his. I actually have. I think that was one of like maybe I would use the word shocking. I don't know. I remember my one of my very first Jean-Luc Godard viewing experiences. I can't remember the name of the movie, but I saw it at a festival. It was very early in my career, and I saw it because everyone's like priority, iconic filmmaker, you have to see it. And I hadn't seen any of his work at that time. And I walked in, Matt, and I walked out, and I was like, "What the fuck? Did my brain break, or was it meant to be like that?" It was meant to be
It
like
was
that,
meant to
and
be like that. I mean, that
I
is the
did.
history.
I did go on to watch many of his other films, and I think more of them fall in the like the admire versus like really loving category. But this was just it was such a treat to I guess like in a sense get to live in his brain for a little while he's making his first movie. And then on top of that, Zoe Deutsch was so good also. And watching I love being able to get access to like what he did to make his movies, but then also hearing her essentially being like me after seeing that movie and being like, what the fuck what is this? Is this a movie? Those two things existed so well together, and like I found it to be a very, very satisfying combo of the two. Trying to think if there's anything else before we move on from this. I feel like I'm missing one day of having screened films. I don't think I am
Lost to
actually.
the interviews.
Maybe. I liked Poetic License a lot. Maud Apatow's movie.
Yes. Yeah.
She's good. She's good. Like I think you could just watch that movie and totally tell the person behind the lens knows how to make movies.
Yes.
Which,
Actually, yeah. Did you see Rental Family?
oh, I didn't. I was really upset to have missed that too. That screening sadly got sacrificed to having to,
Yeah.
do my work and prepare for the next day. But that was probably one of the most heartbreaking tickets I passed on.
Yeah.
I was very sad. I really wanted to see
I'm
that.
really excited. I mean, fucking Curry Barker's movie selling for 15 mil upwards to Focus. I'm really excited for Obsession now at FantasticFest.
Wait, repeat everything you just said.
So Curry Barker is a comedian, but he made a movie last year, Milk and Cereal, that he put on YouTube that went off as a horror film. And so his what I'm like considering his debut in a way,
Oh, I know
Obsession,
what you're
is
talking about.
played Midnight Madness, and
Yeah.
it sold to Focus Features for 15 million plus. So like, yeah, oh no, it's sold already. It's playing Fantastic Fest, so like it became a priority immediately.
Focus Features?
Yeah,
I haven't looked up any of the sales. Oh wow.
that was the big one because like, yeah, they nabbed it
Well,
immediately.
I'm glad this came up because now I shall add it to my
Yeah. I mean, it was on my list
fantastic list.
anyway, but like I had some like I worked my schedule already for Fantastic Fest, and like that was on my list of like, well, if I can get to it, but I have conflicting stuff. The minute it had that sale, I was like, no, because like if you haven't seen Milk and Cereal, it's on YouTube for free. It's about 60 minutes. Go watch it. It's fucking wild. But yeah, Obsession just sounds really fun too. A guy wishes that his coworker crush will fall in love with him, and it turns into a fucking crazy ass horror movie. So yeah, I can't wait for that.
I'm sold. I'm sold. I'll put that on my list. This will probably be a good transition to talk about what we've got cooking for Fantastic Fest.
I mean, everything. I am putting my schedule together. This is one of the harder years for Fantastic Fest. I've had to like pick and choose what I am seeing and what I'm not. The screeners are starting to hit my inbox, so like I can actually get a head start and try to try to at least like fill some blind spots that I know I won't make at the fest. So get them done ahead of time. But I mean, there's just so much I want to see. It's insane. Like there's a fucking not even just talking about the main stuff like Black Phone 2 and Strangers 2 and like the big titles that everyone's gonna vie for. The indies are just there's so much.
I have my list here. You want to
I
hear
mean,
my list?
I have my list as well. I like we've already kind of talked about some of the stuff we're super excited for, but like, I'm just I like again. There's so much Beast of War.
Yeah, I gotta
World
put that
War II,
on my
Charles
list. I think.
Turner, shark film. So and like they released a trailer for it too, and like my indie shark lovingness is always well. How's the shark going to look? Because doesn't always come out great, but the trailer that they have released for Beast of War looks awesome. I can't tell if it's full practical, but like there are definitely shots that look like they're using a mechanical practical, however it is, shark. And so I am fucking in on that. Primate, you want us to go over? It's doing a monkey-based thriller. However that comes out, if it's full creature feature or whatever, I'm still in on it. Coyotes, like there's an animal theme this year, like there's a bunch of like animal themed stuff like that, but like even drilling down to basics, there was this movie 2 years ago, Wake Up, and it was about these like animal activists that are protesting and they start just getting hunted in an IKEA. Basically it's great, but there's a movie this year called Meat Kills that sounds about the same. And the way it's being like promoted is kind of one of those like it's 90s horror in a way we haven't seen in such a long time. And once again, animal advocates and go to protest and they end up getting hunted and stuff like that. But like I can call the director, Lisa Dreyer, like in her summary was just like, you're either going to love or hate this ending. And I understand that, but I have not seen an ending like this in so long. So I'm like, yeah, I'm putting that on my list. So like, it's even the little stuff I'm looking out for and trying to find really interesting discoveries, hopefully, because we never know. Obviously, we can only know based on what the summary is and what it sounds like.
Most everyone out there knows that when I go to FantasticFest, my priorities are the interviews. So
movies.
Well, I want to see as much as that's part of the reason why when we were planning Merri Hour, I'm like, I'm going to be home all weekend because I'm just staying in. I'm getting as much prep as I possibly can done before I even leave on Thursday, so that way I can use all the time in between to see more movies and maybe just like relax and have a little fun and see friends. That would be nice. I've got Primate for sure. Shelby Oaks.
I've seen Shelby. So.
I'm really excited to see Find Your Friends. A lot of people out there know I was really into the show The Wilds that got cut off too soon, and there's 2 members of that cast in that movie. So the second I saw that, I'm like, well, that's going on the list.
I'm gonna try and prioritize that. That's another one that like covering a festival as press, you're kind of trying to see everything, but no, it's not possible. So I emailed them trying to ask for a screener, and they're like, "Oh, we'd love to see it in theater." So I was like, "I'll try." I was like, "I'm gonna try." I was like, "That's always what I want to do first." But when you have to make sacrifices, and the only way to see something is a screener, it's like I'd still rather see your movie than not. See it.
I've got Night Patrol. I'm really curious about that. I have Coyotes on my list. VHS Halloween, of course.
That's the obvious one. I mean, like that's what I was saying. Like that's an obvious one. So I was just like.
Vicious, Brian Bertino. The Restoration at Grayson Manor is on my list.
Yeah, like I've been looking at that, but I still don't have it on my super priority. Like, is there a reason why I should be prioritizing it that you're excited about?
I know our team really wants an interview with Chris Colfer from Glee. I interviewed him once a bajillion years ago and he was lovely. So I am looking forward to that. But that was part of the reason why that was put on my radar to begin with. This because someone's like, I see he's on the list. Can you get him in the studio? I'm like, sure, I'll try. Hopefully it pans out. If I had legs, I'd kick you. That's one that I wish I had seen even sooner, but hopefully, my time will come.
Black Phone festivals, right? Like Sundance. It opened at Sundance.
It opened at Sundance. It played again at TIFF, and now it's going to Fantastic, which I think is a really interesting trajectory. And as award season starts to come into focus, it does seem like that one could be a player. So We shall see. Black Phone 2, Deathgasm 2. Gotta have both twos.
I
Sisu
can't
2.
wait for
Sisu
that.
2.
Oh, Sisu. Yeah, I was gonna say Sisu 2 is on the top of my list. Like
Yeah.
that's a big one. I love that trailer. The trailer is so much fun. We
Yeah.
talked about it already, but like I can't wait to see what they do with this. Like it's like a road trip movie that's also fucking insanely violent and action packed. So like yeah, yeah.
Right up my alley. As is Whistle. I love this concept. So I'm really excited for Whistle to finally debut. I have Theater is Dead on my list too. I'm looking forward to catching
Yeah,
that one.
I need to try that to hunt that one down.
Creep Tapes.
I'm gonna wait for that.
I will see that. I'm hoping to get something for Haunted Heist, but that's one of the, I guess, the bigger ones, so to speak, that is probably the biggest question mark happening. The biggest question mark on my list right now of whether or not I'm going to actually
for a
get to
ticket
see
for
it.
that one, so I'm just waiting to hear back if they have a ticket saved, or I'm gonna have to fight for that one.
Yeah. Well, we have like a different ticket system this year.
Yeah, so I've been reaching out directly. So anything I have on my schedule, I've reached out directly to try to snag one for like press reasons. So
we shall see what happens.
Yeah, I'm curious to see how that all works.
Yeah, I think that's most of my list thus far, or at least everything left on my list that you haven't mentioned.
I mean, Deathstalker for me.
Yeah.
I know Frankie Frico wasn't as well received as Psycho Gorman, but I mean, anything Kaczynski does, fucking A. Like, and it's like it's a remake of a cult '80s movie that so many people haven't seen itself. So like, it's so funny that he picked such a niche movie to remake, which, as someone who adores remakes and advocates for them, this is why you do it. Like, you pick the movie that you want to shine a light on and give your own voice to, but also now like, oh, a bunch of people are going to go watch the original Deathstalker and find that movie as well and have that discovery. So it's everything that I want from Kaczynski. And like the Deathgasm 2, like the actual synopsis and like what, because I'm like, how are they going to do this? Like what are we going to do with a sequel here? And it's just, I love the idea. And it very simply is like Brody watches a commercial for a battle of the bands and he's like, I want to enter that. So he goes back and reanimates the corpses of the old bandmates from the first movie. Sorry, spoiler if you haven't seen Deathgasm, it's 10 years old or at least now. But so it basically it's like a reunion tour, but his bandmates are zombies now, and he has to like navigate that scenario, which sounds very Uncle Peckerhead, which is a movie that I surprisingly liked, about a punk band that has basically a roadie who's a zombie. So I am 7,000% in on Deathgasm 2. I'm for it. I'm trying to think of any little ones that like I'm still. I mean, like it's so funny because like there's just so much Shutter stuff that it's like basically anything Shutter touches, I'm gonna go watch.
Yeah,
and they just picked up Honey Bunch. They just so they have like 8, 9, 10 movies, 11 movies.
Typical. They're dominating the space. Do you have any updated guesses on the secret screenings?
I am update. I mean, I'm still. I don't know. I'm still going Running Man. I'm throwing Running Man out there.
There's no way, Matt. There is a 0% chance Running Man is going there.
I think 0 is discrediting so much. I don't. 0% chance.
They're not. Wait, before I say something stupid, let me just make sure I'm right.
It's coming out Christmas, right?
Yeah, and also their panel is going to New York Comic-Con. The Running Man is going to New York Comic-Con. There is no way they screen the movie in full before they debut something at New York Comic-Con. There's just like no way.
I don't know.
Okay.
There's not no way. We've said that.
There is no way.
Said that multiple times.
Literally, no, we haven't.
For like screenings, for like FantasticFest screenings, being like, how is this
when have you ever seen FantasticFest screen a full movie and then they do a New York Comic-Con panel?
Oh, that there's not crossover there. Why would they be worried about that?
It doesn't matter. That's like the hype train build. It would literally make not like who would prioritize seeing a panel with a couple of clips when a whole other audience has seen the full movie?
But why would that matter to somebody who isn't at FantasticFest?
It just
They
doesn't
can't.
it also just
The
doesn't
movie's
make
not
any
out.
it also just doesn't make any sense for the press cycle. Like, once reviews for your movies have been published online, like, who gives a shit about a footage a clip write-up?
All the people that want to see the clip,
It does.
I guess. I just don't. I don't see
It's
how
never
that's an immediate no.
No, that is an immediate no in my mind. It's never gonna happen.
I mean, they did. I forget what it was. Split. Which one of those movies? That, like, they put one of those movies out super early, like that came to Fantastic Fest way before anything was like out for the press cycle.
I don't know, I would believe that. If Running Man hadn't confirmed for Comic-Con, I would believe maybe there's a chance, but like, they've planted their flag in New York Comic-Con as their debut, or like their opportunity to show stuff.
Correct, but we're also talking about a filmmaker that has ties to the festival very deeply. We're also talking about Black Phone
Do you
2
want
being
to
there
make a
already.
bet? Can we bet something?
No, I'm not going to bet on it. It's just we're talking guesses here. I'm still not going off the Running Man train. I'm going to keep that on there.
So I think your guess, respectfully, is terrible, but I think Steve's guesses could be right.
Badlands.
Keeper could be a really great play, but
Keeper could.
but Keeper is the same studio as Shelby Oaks, and I do wonder if maybe their focus is on that.
Yeah, but Oz Perkins, I mean, like, the hype for Oz Perkins might play against it or for it in the same way of like, well, we don't need to show Keeper because everyone's already high on Perkins after the monkey and stuff like that. Badlands would be fun. I just keep wondering where the fuck Faces of Death is. And
Yeah, where is that movie? I would like to see that movie.
Yeah, it's we know, like,
it's done. Well, but like it's kind of been done for a while, no?
Yeah, like the actual shooting schedule puts it at done.
It's been wrapped for a while.
Wrapped for a while. So, like, I am curious if that shows up. I mean, like, I'm going to keep saying it for any kind of, like.
Apparently, it entered post-production in late 2023.
Yeah, like listen, I had a friend who worked on the actual shoot, and they have been done for a long time. Can confirm. So, like, I am curious. So I keep having that in the back of my mind of like, is Faces of Death finally going to show up? I still think that Smashing Machine has a chance.
I could potentially get behind that prediction.
I think that has a chance.
A24 has had a habit of bringing things from TIFF to Fantastic. I also think one of them is a Netflix movie. I don't know what movie it is. I think it could be Frankenstein. I think it could be Wake Up Dead Man.
Safe bet.
Maybe.
Like, it's a safe one. Again, Guillermo is a huge fan of the festival. They have a great relationship.
It's one of the two.
What was the other one you said? Sorry.
Wake Up Dead Man.
Oh, wait. Like, again, interchangeable or both. Like, interchangeable or both at that point. Like, Rian Johnson is a festival friend. He's not just like a film. Like, he literally, like, him and the festival and go together like this. So that would be pretty. Man, they already pulled a Luc Besson fucking. They did this once.
Yeah, that's not happening.
I really hope they don't do it again.
I don't think that went over too well either. So I'd be surprised if they repeated that.
It doesn't. Well, somebody actually brought up a interesting. They made a Chainsaw Man movie, and Sony has the rights to it, and this is now Sony's festival technically. That could be. It would have had.
What does Sony have coming up? Actually, wouldn't you? Maybe their stuff is a priority. God, if they brought the new 28 Years, I'd be so happy.
Bone Collector.
That seems like a reach in my mind, but
does it?
I don't know. Kind of does. I would. My dream. Not that this would make much sense, but my dream is Nia DaCosta comes to Fantastic Fest for a 1-2 punch, and they screen Hedda and they screen that. Comes out in January. Hedda's great. Hedda's great, by the way. I didn't even shout out Hedda during my TIFF rant, which I also loved, but that doesn't feel like a Fantastic Fest movie to me.
The only thing Sony Pictures has listed as upcoming is Big Bold Beautiful Journey, which will be out, Soul on Fire, and Goat. The animated movie Goat. Maybe Columbia Pictures because it's under the
Well,
same.
yeah, look under that banner too.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Oh yeah, here. 2000 Big Bull Beautiful Journey, Scarlet. Oh my god, yo. Anaconda slated for Christmas.
Matt,
Anaconda slated for Christmas.
that would make me lose my mind.
Oh man, we got Anaconda. I'd be so happy. That would actually, oh no. Am I gonna start putting that into the universe for Fantastic Fest? Anaconda showing up?
I wish. I wish.
I'll you know what? I'll stop talking about the Running Man being a Fantastic Fest.
Fine, deal. I'll give you Anaconda.
Anaconda.
All right, you want to hit some super chats before we switch
got
gears? I'm just going to go from bottom up, and I'll skip the ones we already did.
Yes.
How does the Fantastic Fest tattoo work? So the way the Fantastic Fest tattoo happens is that each year they release a new sheet of 9 tattoos exclusive to that particular year of the film festival. If you want one of those tattoos, you sign up for their lottery, and then they select a certain amount of people through that lottery. And then if you get in, you're able to get the tattoo during the closing night party. I believe there is also a wait list too. So if you don't get selected, you have the opportunity to maybe put your name on the list and then wait.
You need to get selected. I've never heard anyone get on
actually
the wait
getting list. It takes a while, and as it should. It's a tattoo, but I highly recommend it. I have 2 of them and I love them. You got one. You got one now. You joined the club.
I will hopefully have another one. Who knows?
Yeah. All right. We also have what I assume is a super sticker. So, Kristen, I will say thank you for the super sticker, and we will check it out when we wrap. Had my favorite TIFF yet. Was able to catch Caroline, Frankenstein, Hamnet. I wanted to see Sacrifice and Ann Lee. It was really nice running into Perri. So happy to see you as well. Thanks for being a positive energy in the film space. Always. I'm glad to hear you had a lovely TIFF. What a list of movies. I saw Hamnet. Oh, it's Caleb time. I think I'm playing Amelia in both leagues.
That'll be fun.
I feel like this happened. Oh, wait, no, I lie. I'm playing Amelia in one league.
I didn't have a great showing.
Neither did I. Matt, I was in between my interviews at TIFF. I was checking my sleeper app, and I'm walking around the studio like, I'm fucking crushing it. I'm going to win both of my league. I was so green in that app, Matt. And then I went to bed that night and I woke up the next morning and I'm so red.
Yeah, no. I don't give it any credence until the actual scores come out. Well, yeah, no, I got fucked by a flex and a tight end. And there's no other way to say it. And also I hit the ban hammer of fucking Josh Allen. So when you're going up against a QB who puts up 40 points, kind of hard. But I had Lamar put up 30, so I can't really say that much. Yeah. Anyway, just got to bounce back this week. No big deal.
I mean, yeah, I just got screwed over in one league. Derrick Henry really hurt me.
I mean, I crushed it in the Critics League. I destroyed that. I had the highest points for the week, so I'll take that.
Of course, I had the highest points for the week.
I did.
I know you did. I know you did.
What do you want me to do?
I mean, I really didn't do half bad in either league. It was pretty close in both. I can't complain too much. Also, I did really well in both leagues last year, and in both leagues last year, I lost the first week. So I'm just gonna, take this.
It's week 1. It's
a good sign. It's a good sign. Everything will be fine.
But I mean, I went to the Texans game in LA because they.
Oh yeah, how was that? You guys had killer seats.
Seats were great. Everything was good. Game was bad. Kind of nervous about my Texans now. The game was not bad. It was bad as a Texans fan. I needed to see a different kind of offense, and we didn't play it. So I finally got a jersey though. I finally got I got a Texans jersey. I did a whole NFL kind of buy load. I got
that's an awesome hat.
Yeah.
What jersey did you get?
I got a Stroud jersey.
Cool.
Because I mean, I like it. I get nervous about players staying, leaving, all that stuff. And CJ Stroud has every opportunity to leave at some point. But I feel like we're gonna go all in on him being our franchise quarterback.
You know about the one Texans jersey
jersey
I own.
Still, but that's frustrating. 100%.
Yeah. So I don't know how soon I'll be buying another jersey, but I'll probably buy another hooded sweatshirt at the Jets game
I get
because
it.
I can't have enough of those.
I
All
get
right,
it.
time has come. We're going to say goodbye to anybody who has not seen The Long Walk. Please go see the movie because it is excellent, and then come back for the last 10 minutes of this conversation. But before you go, listen to where to find all of Matt's work on the internet.
Yeah, I'm just doing it easy. You can follow me at Donato Bomb. I post most on Blue Sky and Letterboxd and Instagram. I mess around on TikTok, so if you want to follow there, I don't really have anything like day by day happening yet, but ramp up to there eventually. And yeah, just a lot of writing coming up. I don't know what else to say. I mean, Monday alone, I have 2 screenings that I have to hit before FantasticFest for The Last Bus and Him. So next week, those reviews hit before I even start the avalanche of FantasticFest coverage. So, and that goes right into Beyond Fest, and that goes right into Brooklyn Horror Festival. So we have.
What did you say that first screening was?
Last Bus or Lost
Oh
Bus.
God, I thought I heard The Last of Us. I'm like, that show's over, dude.
No, I'm
The
no,
Lost
I'm not
Bus.
covering that. I always forget if it's Last Bus or Lost Bus. It's one of those. Whatever the new
Lost,
publisher.
Lost
It
Bus.
is Lost Bus. Okay.
We keep putting a T at the end of bust. We both just did that. The Lost Bus. You can find me all over the place, but really what I want you to do more so than anything is go on over to the Collider Ladies Night YouTube channel, click any damn video you want and just like it, leave a comment, share it, go on over to the Collider Interviews YouTube channel, find a TIFF interview I did, and please like and please comment and please share. There's clips all over just engage. Engagement is good. And I hope you enjoy everything because I'm proud of everything. The ladies' night that went up this morning was with Miranda Cosgrove, which was a really interesting conversation. I feel like I don't often chat with people who got their start on Nickelodeon quite like she did. And she has such an unparalleled rise in this industry at such a young age, headlining her own show. And now she's starring in movies and EPing them with the new Netflix movie, The Wrong Paris, which I enjoyed way more than I thought I would. But she's a great interview. So I highly recommend going to watch that. All right, let's talk Long Walk spoilers. Where you want to start?
Do you want to start at the end?
Yeah, I want to start at the end. That's
like,
the big
we've already
thing.
talked about our thoughts on it. People know that. I mean, I fucking love it. I think you love it as well, or like it at least.
Love.
Yeah.
So
4
or 5.
We've already talked about our feelings on the movie. So I mean, the spoiler part of this is goddamn the ending. I mean, like that's the big thing to talk about.
It's interesting. For those of you who have not read the book, that's one of the biggest changes in the movie version. In the book, it is it's Ray who's the last one, and it ends with him, having won, but like keep on walking out into the distance. And the end scene in this one is entirely different. And it, I think it definitely changes the feeling the movie leaves you with in the end, where McFreeze is the one who wins the long walk. But, I think more importantly, the ending focuses on whether or not he's going to take and use the gun. And he does.
There's so much in that. And I mean, kind of playing off this a little bit, did you find Peter killing the Major counterproductive to his speech about vengeance? And I think the dynamic between Hoffman's character and Johnson's character the entire time is great because they both play off of each other. Like, the reason Hoffman is able to let go at the end, it's tough because they both make their choices against what they were going to do initially. But I think that speaks to actually what the film is most about, and the idea of, kind of like Raymond kneeling down and just being like, yeah, like I built my dad up to be this martyr, but all he did was sacrifice himself for a cause, and it was selfish ultimately. Like there was nothing changed there. There was like, he left his family doing what he did. He left his everything behind, and just to make that one decision, and Raymond was going to do the same thing. And the hope that Peter brings throughout the entire movie, like, is so crucial. That's what makes The Long Walk work, because as grim and violent and despicable as it is, you still have this character being like, I have to have hope. Like, there's nothing left. There's nothing, but that also doesn't inflict change. That becomes a discussion about, if you just keep moving forward, being like, well, things will get better. Well, I can't be that bad. Things will get better. Like, sometimes things aren't going to get better until someone does something. And that is what makes the end so hard. And it shows the turning of someone who can be so optimistic, or at least, at least roll with the punches and stuff like that. And I know that ending now plays a lot differently in today's climate after recent events, but still, that's the message, and that's important.
Yeah. It's I think both endings were hard to watch / read. I found this one, I mean, the first one also felt like a pit in my stomach, but I guess this feels
Yeah.
like a
Yeah.
larger pit. It did weeks ago, and again, it to what you said, it does so big time now. Um, and I thought the two of them just, like, handled that so brilliantly. Like, a big part of the reason why that beat actually because, when it comes to adaptations, like any human being, admittedly, I can be sensitive to change, and that's a big thing to change. And, someone I knew who had seen it before me did kind of warn me. So I think that actually put me in a position where I was putting even more pressure on what the movie ending was going to be. And I still can't quite believe how well they earned that. How well
Yeah.
they earned that. And
I
it
think,
just like, it's just so frustrating how, even in the midst of such a violent and vile event, all these kids who were completely different and had a lot of differences in terms of, like, what they believe, what they wanted to do with their lives, how they felt about each other, like, ultimately, they all wanted the same thing. They all just wanted, like, safety, brotherhood. They wind up seeing eye to eye in many respects, and then the reality of what they're in the middle of, like, basically tells you that even if you grow to that point where you come together, like, fuck you, you all but one must die anyway.
well, yeah, and I mean, it even goes beyond that with the
Yeah.
fascism at all. Like, the
Well,
idea of, like, they ultimately all just wanted a normal life. Like, literally, they just wanted to
it's
live
all
comfortably,
anybody wants.
right? And, like, 49 people had to die so one person could live just within normal means. Like that is the whole thing. So this was also brought up to me. Like, that is one thing that has definitely changed, and I maybe that would have added even more to it if they didn't they kind of scrubbed that part away. It could have been inferred in one or two moments in the movie, but it is definitely not. Like Amelia brought that up. Like, that is something they
Mhm.
removed from basically the story, and I wonder if that would have made the ending even weightier and kind of speak to Ray's decision even more.
Yeah, that change, I mean, I think it still works as is in the movie. And I felt the same way about this thing that Steve brought up. There's one particular aspect of McFreeze's backstory from the book that, like, was a pretty big deal, and it tells you a lot about, like, his past experiences and how they've informed the person he's become and how he carries himself. And, I wasn't necessarily walking out thinking that the movie was missing that, but I was just thinking it through. Like, did that change anything in a negative manner by not adding in that story? And, like, I don't think the movie needed it.
Yeah,
And
no, like, yeah, I'm not advocating that it needed it there.
yeah, yeah,
It
yeah.
just would have been a little, because once again, I think they do put the right focus on. I do want to go back to another comment that Sam, but, like, specifically here, like, living for a cause and purpose and the need for empathy in a fascist world, but, like, also the ending of it. Like, this is no longer a Vietnam War allegory, because we are now in contemporary times. Like, this movie is making contemporary points, and then I will play that right into mirror domains. comment about. I heard some people saying Mark Hamill was over the top. Are you like those people? This is not you, obviously, but those people saying that like obviously aren't just watching the news. Because
Yeah.
there's literal lines of dialogue in this movie that are being recited by our current government, and like this movie was written before that. Like this movie was written probably what, a year and a half ago. The script was probably locked or at least mostly done. And that there's that specific line that Mark Hamill says about, I think he calls like I'm so proud of you kids for doing this. Like this is going to bring us back to a more productive world, and like the way they talk about like the America that they want everything to be in the long walk is literally being said by Trump and Hegseth, like literal words verbatim. So no, is Mark Hamill being over the top?
Mm-mm.
Unfortunately not, and that's fucking terrifying. So
Yeah.
that's where we are right now.
Mm. I thought Mark Hamill was
My God,
great.
I literally some of the most harrowing, like legit, some of the most harrowing parts.
There were quite a few that really
Like
I was Matt, I had an audible gasp from that first death. I still cannot believe just how clear,
yes,
how they were just like, you know what, we're going to show every ounce of this right now. Whew.
and when yeah, my God, when Curly dies. Like that, you're kind of waiting to see how this movie's going to play out. Like, not obviously not
Yeah,
in the way of
it
we know
it
how.
puts its foot down, and
Right.
it tells you right then and there exactly what you're in for.
Sure. Like, yeah, his death is brutal, unflinching. There's no mercy, and it is just a shot to the head. And you watch that happen. So again, like, I mean, there is so much in the ending. Like, there's so much to like dissect in the ending and to take away from it. And again, once again, like, there's a good underlying plea for empathy during the long walk, but also the reality at the end of it. You know,
Mhm.
it is, does he make the right choice? Does he betray himself? And ultimately, it's just like, when is there going to be a change, though? Because if nothing happens, you just keep marching forward, like, to use the fucking movie's own allegories and metaphors and stuff. Um, Man, oh, that's
So
so fucking hard. I think Hank.
Hank's death is the one that like ruined me in the book, and I don't think maybe this is just because of the way, horror movies have morphed my brain, but it, like, in my opinion, it was way gorier in the book in my mind than it was in the film, but like that didn't stop it from absolutely like tearing me apart here. And I thought Ben Wong did such a good job of like carrying that situation for such a significant amount of the movie. Like I don't think we stop. Like, it's hard enough to walk in any movie, scenario like this, just regularly walking. Like, dude's got to like show that his character's body is kind of breaking down and
Yeah.
failing him so soon after the walk begins. And I felt every ounce of his pain from the moment he started showing it. And art just shattered my heart into a million pieces too. And for that matter, so did Stebbins this time around. I thought Garrett Waring did such a good job with that role. And I thought what they did with that role here was so incredibly refreshing. And I think it further emphasized the point that like all it was about was brotherhood and then coming together, and they did, and then it was all torn apart.
I would even go back and like, I think most deaths are super effective. Like sans a few, uh, they're all effective, but like the few that you kind of just like, the few kids that try to just run away, like I wouldn't put them on the same level of things that
Well,
happen.
no.
But like,
But no, even I think even
I,
the
I mean,
let's
they
say
work. No, they work, but like,
even the smaller ones and even the lesser known characters, I feel like almost every single one of them dies in a way that means something. Like, even if someone didn't necessarily, do what Hank tried to do, but they tried to run or fight back very briefly, like it's still
well, I
spoke
mean,
to the
I was gonna
larger
say like,
issue of the long walk. And fuck, there was another, like even the sequence, I thought the sequence that took place on the hill was just something else, where so many of the amount of people who die on that hill also
yeah,
just brings even more to the idea that the long walk is an absolutely devastating thing that the country.
Well, I was gonna say, like, honestly,
reality.
one of the ones that hit me the most was actually Harkness.
Yeah,
Like, legitimately, like, watching him
I
walk with that, and it's
quite like that character.
I do like that character is also the one that a little bit like, okay, you signed up for the long walk to write a book, but you've to survive the long walk to write. I like it's there's some hubris in there, which I do like that is played with, but watching him just like there's nothing he can do. There's
Mhm.
nothing he can do. He's injured. It's the Stebbins thing. It's the
Yeah.
Stebbins same. I'm sick. I'm not at 100%. Of course, you know the fates have given me my one illness for the first time, and I don't know how long while I'm doing this, but you know the ability not to know you're gonna die. Like literally, he's just dragging his broken foot along that's festering and like infected, and but Kali too. I
Yeah,
really like Kali's moment.
I
I
like
think
that character a lot.
yeah, Joshua's performance is it doesn't have to be anything big until that moment, and I think that's almost why it's better. Where like he just becomes a bigger and bigger character
Mhm.
until the end. But that the going out on your own terms and just the idea of like I'm not going to win this. Fuck this. I'm taking you down with me,
Judy Greer
dude.
is too good in this movie. That right there is a prime example of why you need an A+ actor, even in a role that only amounts to the smallest amount of screen time. She ate up every
So
scene
yeah.
she was in this movie. I like not that I had any doubts. I always have thought and still think the world of her, but holy shit. Those are some breathtaking performance beats there.
Yeah. No, I think everything came together tremendously. I do not think Mark Hamill was over the top. I
Nope.
think we're in fucked up times, and we just have to kind of art imitating life, life imitating art in strange ways. Yeah,
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 the more I think about this movie, the more I think I'm gonna be rewatching it for
so good.
a possible end of year top 10 list.
Yeah, it's already easily my one or two horror movie of the year. I can't decide between that and Ugly Stepsister right now. They're vying for such different
Well,
reasons, but
we know
I mean,
where I'm going with that list, but
it's my one two. But yeah,
Long
no,
Walk's
Long
pretty
Walk
high
is
for me.
like I said. If there's any justice, this will get an ensemble nomination somewhere and
Hmm,
actually win it. But
what I would give. That truly one of the best ensembles of the year, and I don't think
up,
that's
yeah,
gonna change.
up to fucking down.
All right. Time to go. Time to go, and then next weekend, I don't think we will see you unless we can carve out time in the midst of FantasticFest chaos.
Oh yeah, next weekend's been Jesus
Yeah.
Christ,
Isn't that wild? Isn't that wild? We'll figure
insane.
something out. Even if maybe we just go live from my phone for a little while or something, maybe we'll do something.
That's crazy. All right, cool. Yeah,
Yep. This is
be
that
an
this is
awesome in
that
a few days,
time.
motherfucker.
All right, everyone. Have a wonderful weekend. Sorry, I'm just checking to make sure we did all the soupies. We did. We did.
Monday,
Yeah.
2 days.
Oh, wait. We didn't bring Billy's up. Hi,
Mm-hmm.
Perri and Matt. Enjoyed The Long Walk. Might be one of my favorites of the year. Yeah, did not expect Cooper Hoffman and David Johnson absolutely bringing it and an extreme emotional roller coaster. Funny thing, Matt, I didn't get to interview Cooper Hoffman or David Johnson for The Long Walk, but David Johnson came into the studio for Wasteman at TIFF, and then right after, Cooper Hoffman came in for
That's
Poetic
funny.
License. So I did get
Oh,
to
that's
talk to
funny.
them both
You
eventually.
got them anyway.
Yes, it made me feel good. All right. Have a lovely weekend, everyone. We'll keep you posted on the plan for next weekend. Until then,
Okay,
goodbye.
bye.